and welcome to another episode of PodcastDX, the show that brings you interviews with people just like you whose lives were forever changed by a medical diagnosis. I'm Lita. Ron's not with us today.
And I'm Jean Marie.
Collectively, we're the hosts of Podcast... What?
That's my line. Collectively, we are the hosts of PodcastDX. Our guest today is Lita Thomas.
Oh.
Lita is an Army veteran, a podcast host, an author, a Cubs fan, and an Aurora alum. She is joining us today to talk about eye cataracts. Hello, Lita. Thank you for taking the time to join us today. Or should I say, hi, Mom.
Hi. Hello, everybody.
Lita, thank you for taking the time, like I said, to join us today. You didn't really have a choice, but thank you all the same. Can you tell us what exactly are cataracts?
Essentially, an eye cataract is a clouding of the lens of the eye. The lens of the eye is the front part of the eye that light first goes through. And this clouding may occur at any point in the life cycle, although they are far more common in older adults. According to the Mayo Clinic, a cataract is a cloudy lens. The lens is positioned behind the colored part of your eye, which is called the iris. The lens focuses light that passes into your eye and produces clear, sharp images on the retina, the light-sensitive membrane in the eye that functions like a film in a camera. As you age, the lens in your eye becomes less flexible, less transparent, and thicker. Age-related and other medical conditions can cause proteins and fibers within the lenses to break down and clump together, clouding the lens. Actually, I asked the doctor, is it because of pollution? She said no. As the cataract continues to develop, the clouding becomes denser. A cataract scatters and blocks the light as it passes through the lens, preventing a sharply defined image from reaching your retina. As a result, your vision becomes blurry. Cataracts generally develop in both eyes, but not always at the same rate. The cataract in one eye might be more advanced than the others, causing a difference in vision between the eyes.
Now, I know our listening audience wants to know, since you've seen a few eye care professionals recently, what color are your irises?
That's a question?
Yes.
Oh.
Did you ask?
No, I didn't ask.
Okay, because let me just tell you, folks, as long as I've known her, which is my entire life, she's told me that her eyes are brown, but when a stream or a ray of sunlight caught her eyes the other day, I did notice her eyes are indeed hazel.
Whatever
That's
that
right.
means.
They are green with brown and gold flecks.
Oh, okay.
But
well, is that because of the cataracts? Though?
No, they've always been that color.
Oh.
Can cataracts be prevented by any chance?
There are some things that somebody could do, a person could do, which may help keep your eyes healthier. First of all, get an eye exam to help identify and monitor issues, to, like catch it when it's early maybe.
On.
I don't know. Maybe.
Sure. Yeah.
We can all take steps to protect our eyes. Wear sunglasses with UVB protection when you're outside, and wear eye protection whenever there's a risk of something entering the eyes. For instance, if you're fixing a vehicle, woodworking in a laboratory.
Well, woodworking or in a laboratory.
Oh.
But woodworking in a laboratory, twice as dangerous. Absolutely. Exponentially more dangerous.
True.
Mm-hmm.
If you're boating or participating in sports that, you might get something in your eye.
Okay.
And so on. You should always wear appropriate eye protection. Maintaining a well-balanced diet, limiting alcohol consumption, and avoiding tobacco products, that can help keep your eyes healthy. See your medical care provider. Regular medical exams help diagnose conditions that can lead to eye damage. For instance, diabetes?
Yes, diabetes. Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
While still in the early stages. And you may talk with your optometrist and healthcare provider about cataracts if you're a diabetic, and if you're taking corticosteroids, and if that's for an extended period of time, that can help.
That may increase your risk of developing cataracts.
Right.
So they may want to talk with you about that, and you might want to get your eyes checked more often.
Right.
Sure. And what symptoms led you to the optometrist?
Well, I have never worn glasses for distance in my life.
Okay.
And I noticed that when I was driving, my distance vision was not as sharp as it once was.
Okay.
And I thought, well, I'm going to be turning another age soon, and I'm going to probably have to have an eye test. And if I flunk the eye test, my daughter's not going to let me drive. So I thought I better go in and see the eye doctor.
Your daughter may not let you drive for many other reasons.
So initially I went to the eye doctor thinking, okay, I'm going to have to get glasses for distance.
Okay.
But it turns out that I have cataracts in both eyes, and the doctor, the optometrist, referred me to an ophthalmologist who will perform the corrective procedure.
Okay. And what are some symptoms that people might experience with cataracts in addition to blurry vision?
You could have double vision in one eye.
Okay.
You could have color vision that appears faded or yellow because you're looking through that thick lens. Yeah.
Okay.
You could have issues with lights. This is a big one that they said. If you see halos around light sources, like if you're looking at a light bulb and you see a halo around it, that could mean that you have cataracts.
Okay. Now I can't see anything but halos because I immediately looked at the light.
You could be requiring additional lighting in order to see, and you could have an increased sensitivity to bright lights. Oh, you know what? Maybe that's been a problem because I do like to drive with sunglasses. I notice that lights do bother me. You could have blurry or clouded or diminished vision.
And how are cataracts diagnosed?
Your doctor will likely check your vision acuity, your cornea, your lens, the fluid pressure of your eyes. They also measured the eye pressure with some type of a new device, not the puff, with some type of I'll have to put a link on the website.
Okay. All right. And how have you and your healthcare team decided to treat your condition?
Well, since the cataracts are affecting my ability to see clearly, my doctor advised me to have surgery. I will have my left eye and my left eye done first, and then my right eye.
Okay.
And after the eye has healed,
that's when you have the other eye done.
Then you have the other. Yeah, then you have the other one done. But the left one is worse because I did not wear protective eyewear when I was working on a car, and I got hot antifreeze in it back in the day.
Right, and damage to your eyes can increase your likelihood of developing cataracts.
Right.
What does this procedure entail?
Well, it's the same day, one day, in and out.
Okay.
And they do a local anesthetic. They'll remove the damaged lens. They break it up with a laser or something, and then they take out the little pieces. They suck out the little pieces. So they make a little slit first at the front, and then they break it up, and then they suck out the little pieces, and then they insert a new artificial lens. And the artificial lens will be set for whatever my prescription strength needs to be for distance.
So you'll actually be able to see clearly afterwards.
I can see clearly now.
We're not going to pay for music rights. Okay. And Mom, you love to travel.
Yeah.
How will your cataract surgery affect your winter travel plans?
Well, healing up after I heal up a little bit, I'll be free to travel.
I think it was a common belief in the past that you couldn't fly, but as long as you avoid dusty rooms and dusty environments.
I thought you meant like with your wings.
Oh, I don't think you could do that with or without cataracts.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah.
Okay.
And how common are cataracts?
Well, it's a natural part of the aging process, so they are very common.
Okay.
They can develop at any point in life. They're very rare in the young people, but it could happen.
Okay.
According to the American Academy of Ophthalmology, cataracts affect over 24 million Americans who are 40 years of age or older.
Wow. And are there any studies going on right now to try and find a non-surgical cure for cataracts?
At this time, surgery is the only way to remove cataracts.
Okay. And Lita, what role does self-care play in your everyday life?
I like to relax whenever I can.
Mm-hmm.
Basically because of the Alzheimer's. They say to reduce stress.
Mm-hmm.
And my form of relaxation is to play with my family tree.
Which is ironic because you have Alzheimer's, and that's rather entailed, isn't it? But you were able to manage it. No problem.
Ancestry.com.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay. Now I'm putting a hint out for a tip.
I was gonna say we're not
affiliated with them. No. But if they want to sponsor the show, sure. They have a really great program because all you do is they give you hints and you look through the hints and you say, okay, yeah, that looks like and I add them to the tree.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. And what role have your friends and family played in your healthcare journey, and how are they going to assist you during your...
Well, you can't do without family and friends, I don't think, personally. Mm-hmm. It's difficult to do anything in life without a support system. So if you have a support system, make sure that you give them coffee and give them treats and whatever you can, whenever you can, because you need them on your side. I'm going to have my sister drive me to and from the cataract surgery both days, and my daughter will probably make sure that I'm healing well at home.
Okay, sounds good. You won't be driving for...
I won't be driving until they tell me I can drive.
Okay. Lita, what's the best advice that you've received from someone about surgery and how to recover quickly from surgery?
To get ready?
Mm-hmm.
I know that they say to make sure that you eat right.
Mm-hmm.
If you can, exercise. If you can't exercise, at least walk, just to keep yourself...
Do something.
Active to get ready for surgery.
Mm-hmm.
And meditate or whatever. Get your mind set. You have to have a positive mental attitude.
Okay, sounds good. And how can our listeners learn more about you?
Well, I'm on a podcast every week.
Okay.
They can read more about me by reading a memoir that's coming out on March 1st. It's called Lita and Jean, Memoirs of Two Generations of Military Women. I think you're in that book, too.
I might be the Jean portion of that book.
Uh-huh. And for information about cataracts, they could go to the National Eye Institute website.
Okay. Well, Mom, if you wouldn't mind, could you? It would be great if you could include those links on our website.
I could do that.
All right. Thank you. And thank you ever so much for joining us today, Lita. We appreciate you taking the time, and it's always nice to hear from you.
I didn't have much of a choice.
I know. And thank you for sharing our story, and I'm sure we all learned a lot from this episode and are ever so looking forward to cataracts.
Yes. Well, it happens with age. But
it does.
Just think of how great I'm going to be afterwards. I'll be able to see Trevor. You know what? During Trevor's race yesterday...
Okay, during the grandson's race?
Oh, yes. During my grandson's race yesterday, he was in an 8K cross country, and I could only, wait at the finish line or at the point where I can see him pass me every so often. And his dad was there also. So his dad was my lookout. His dad could see Trevor at quite a distance. I mean, across the field. And I'd say, how's he doing? He's still up front. Okay, how's he doing? He's still up front. I was so excited. But next year, I'll be able to say, he's still up front.
Oh, that'll be exciting.
It will.
Yeah, and I don't know, is his last year? Next year is his last year?
Next year is the last year as an undergrad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he'll be going on to his graduate school to become a pharmacist.
Okay.
If our listeners have any questions or comments related to today's show, they can contact us at PodcastDX@yahoo.com, through our website, PodcastDX.com, on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, and we're starting to get back on, what's it called? TikTok.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't tweet. I don't TikTok.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really even Facebook. But anyway, if you have a moment to spare, please give us a review wherever you get your podcast. And as always, please keep in mind that this podcast is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice or diagnosis or treatment. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified healthcare provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition or treatment and before undertaking a new healthcare regime. And never disregard professional medical advice or delay in seeking it because of something you've heard on this podcast.
Till next week.